Friday roundup from Agri-TechE coming from Cambridge Railway Station. We've been in town at the offices of Mills and Reeve for the first of our 2 strategy days for 2026. So once the event season is over for the summer, we get together, we regroup, we have a look back at the previous year, and then we have a look forward at the next 1, 3, 5 and beyond years in the growth and strategy of Agri-TechE. So today was the first of those 2 days. Thank you so much to James and Louise from Mills and Reeve for hosting us. You made us feel very welcome and the creative juices were absolutely flowing. So it's been a pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much. And also great to see what Mills and Reeve has been doing around multidisciplinarity and working with regulators across different sectors between health and life sciences and agri-food. In other news, it's obviously been quite a hectic week politically in the UK. The thing to probably just draw your attention to is that the Department for Science, Innovation and Technology is now being absorbed into the Department for Business and Trade. Now, why is that important? Because the sponsoring department of UK research and innovation has been DSIT as we know it. Now, this is nothing to get terribly exercised about because it's happened before. 10 years ago, science, innovation, technology did sit within the business department. So it's no big deal. If you don't like the current system, wait 10 years and it'll change. But right now, it's going to be a little bit disruptive. Some of the people that we know are going to be impacted by it. Thoughts are with you. Everybody's email address is likely to change. Things are going to change for a while, but hey, we've been here before. We'll get through it. And so it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. And speaking of government, at Groundswell, I did an interview with Sarah Everard from the Business Readiness Unit for Primary Production. And we were talking to Sarah Everard about farmer readiness and how farmers were preparing themselves for this EU reset, this dynamic alignment with the EU. Now, this week there was supposed to be the summit between the UK and the EU looking at how there was going to be this dynamic alignment and what that meant for so-called SPS, particularly Ag Chem and the regulations around agri-food. That's been postponed, but you can see the interview that I did with Sarah that's landed on the Agri-TechE LinkedIn. I also had a lovely discussion with Niall Mottram from Cambridge Consultants. So Cambridge Consultants really is that it exists to address that missing middle, as they call it, between the research, the prototype, the proof of concept, and actually getting something out into the hands of users, whoever they may be. So working across lots of different sectors, and so very well placed to bring different thinking from different industries into agri-food. And Niall was sharing his thoughts about a very innovative new funding model that has been well established in the energy sector and how that might work for agri-food. So keep an eye out on the socials. We'll be landing some summaries of that discussion over the next few weeks. And also thank you, Niall, for sharing your thoughts around the role of quantum computing in cybersecurity. Golly, much to think about there. What else has been going on? I had a discussion with the Royal Society, so I'm very proud to sit on the Science, Industry and Translation Committee of the Royal Society. And they're about to, they've commenced a piece of work about the future of food to 2100. So obviously we have lots of thoughts about that, and we've spent the last decade thinking about that with alternative proteins and all sorts of things about what the food system could look like by 2100. So that was an interesting and thought-provoking conversation. Okay, that would do. I had better go and catch a train and try not to get run over by a bicycle. So for now, have a great weekend and see you next week.
Thanks for joining us for this week's Agri-Tech Update. Subscribe, share and stay connected. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter to get the latest innovations straight into your inbox. See you next week.